the time it was over, the Knicks had a victory while several Nugget players were labeling the Knicks as the NBA's dirtiest team. Tonight, Dikembe Mutombo and the Denver Nuggets will be force-fed another helping of the New York Knicks.
Remaining in the second. Hatcher back for the puck. Hatcher looking at Paul.
Welcome to McNichols Arena in Denver, Colorado for the New York Knicks and the Denver Nuggets meeting for the second time this season. Hi, everybody. Marv Albert along with John Andres for the Knicks. It is game number 2 of a 4-game road trip, a trip that began with a victory over the Kings in Sacramento last night. And, John, while there were a number of excellent individual efforts on the part of the Knicks, you had the feeling that at times John Starks was single-handedly carrying the Knicks. He had a sensational all-around performance.
Well, I used the word inspirational last night, and I think that's the effect he had on the Knicks. He just wouldn't let them go down, and he was consistent in the first half and in the second half with his very spirited play. John was running the court end to end, and on one particular play under the defensive boards, he did just that. Crossover dribble, no one got in his way, and he went in for the layup. He was also sharing the basketball. He saw Patrick Ewing running right with him one time and shoveled a pass off for one of his many assists. And John in the open court even jammed one at one point, something that's very easy for him. It was a spectacular night for Starks. 33 points, which was a career high. 12 out of 16 from the field, and included a couple of threes, as well as 6 assists. Just a great game for Starks.
As for the Denver Nuggets, they have had big problems as of late. They've lost the last 2. They have dropped 16 of the last 17. When things have gone well, which has been rare recently, the catalyst has been their point guard, Chris Jackson, who played well against the Knicks in that earlier meeting in New York.
Yes, Chris now in his 3rd season has proven he did it at LSU, and he's proven it now in the NBA. He can hurt you from anywhere on the court. He can really shoot the basketball. And that's what the Knicks got a taste of in New York. Any kind of room means a jump shot from Chris Jackson, and he can hit them as he's proven, as he did in New York. He can also drive the ball to the basket. He's got both ends of his offensive game working these days. And with any kind of room at all, it can be a 3-point shot for Chris Jackson. And he had a fine game in New York, as you mentioned, Mark. 26 points, 10 out of 17, 5 assists in that game. The thing about this team that's been losing so much is they haven't been out of many games. They will compete very hard. They're really a reflection in many ways of their very talented then player, now coach, Dan Issel.
So it's the Denver Nuggets and the New York Knicks coming up from Denver. We'll have it all for you. A game that features the attractive matchup of Patrick Ewing going against Dikembe Mutombo. We're ready for the introduction of the first starting lineup.
Doc Rivers. John Starks. At forward, 6'7" from Tennessee State. Number 14 is Anthony Mason. At forward, 6'9" from Indiana. Number 42, Eric Anderson. At center, 6'11" from Ohio State. Number 32, Herb Williams. At guard, 6'5" from North Carolina. Number 44, Hubert Davis. At forward, 6'7" from Ohio State. Number 9, Tony Campbell. And now the starting lineup for the Knicks tonight. At forward, 6'9" from Virginia Union. Number 34, Charles Oakley. At 6'10" from Pittsburgh. Number 54, Charles Smith. At guard, 6'6" from Kansas State. Number 20, Rolando Blackman. At guard, 6'2" from UNLV. Number 50, Greg Anthony. And at center, 7 feet from Georgetown. Number 33, Patrick Ewing. The Knicks trainer is Mike Saunders. Assistant coaches Dick Carter and Jeff Van Gundy. The head coach of the New York Knicks is Pat Riley. on your feet and greet your Denver Nuggets. At guard, 6'1", from LSU, number 3, Chris Jackson. At guard, 6'5", from Temple, number 12, Mark Lincoln. At forward, 6'7", from Georgetown, number 34, Reggie Williams. At forward, 6'8", from Notre Dame, number 20, LaFonso Ellis. And at center, 7'2", from Georgetown, number 55, Dikembe Mutombo, Philando Makamba, Jean-Jacques Mutombo. The Nuggets trainers Dick Dillon, assistant coaches Mike Evans and Gene Little, and the head coach of your Denver Nuggets.
Well, it was different, John. One of the more intriguing introductions of starting lineups. How do you spell overkill?
Well, if it was designed to get everyone's attention, they succeeded. Hopefully for Dan Issel, his team will come out and follow that introduction.
As for the Knicks prior to last night, their shooting had been subpar. Last night they bounced back, shooting 49% against the Kings in Sacramento. And I know, John, you talked about that recent shooting struggle with Knicks assistant coach Jeff Van Gundy.
Jeff, you spend a lot of time working with the players' shooting skills. What does it take for the team to shoot more consistently as they did last night?
Well, I think last night what you saw was that we played very unselfishly and that we got the ball to the hot hands. In the past, our problem has been not finding the people that are open, and that's really our point guard's responsibility to find the hot hand. And if we can do that more consistently, we'll shoot better on a more consistent basis.
Well, Jeff Van Gundy stating the obvious in a sense that you've got to share the ball, and that's what they did very well. There's no reason why they can't do it again tonight against Denver. This is a young team. They're committed to youth and growth, and the Knicks should roll against the Nuggets.
A club that at one stretch lost 14 in a row, a franchise record. Then they beat Houston, and then went on to lose the next 2 prior to the 14-game losing streak. They won 2 straight over Houston and Golden State. They had won 4 out of 5. Blackman had a wide-open shot, and the rebound handled by Chris Jackson. The trouble for Williams.
Marv, one message I get out of this situation out here is that despite their losing, I don't think this team thinks of themselves as losers. They play hard every night, and with that kind of attitude, they can really be a problem.
Reggie Williams from Chris Jackson, and Denver off to a 4-0 lead. Greg Anthony and Rolando Blackman open up in the backcourt. Charles Oakley, Charles Smith, and Patrick Ewing up front, and Blackman was fouled. The officials, Ed G. Rush, Bob Delaney, and Ron Polesiak. Foul called on Mark Macon.
With the fine play last night of John Starks, Rolando Blackman didn't get all that much time. He played 20 minutes in the game. Shot the ball fairly well, 3 out of 6. But you know now it's a case of competing for playing time when you have people doing so well off the bench, which is what happened last night. Same with Doc Rivers and Greg Anthony. Makes the team better and elevates everyone's play with that challenge for playing time.
Dan Issel opening with Jackson and Macon in the backcourt. Jackson with the spin. And here comes Greg Anthony for Rolando Blackman again with the opening. Good box out by LaFonso Ellis. Reggie Williams getting down. Here's the tumble. Smith rejected. The block by Ellis. Smith again, and he's fouled.
Well, that block block really woke up Charles, and he wasn't about to give it up. He wanted to stay with that play, and he did double pump his way into drawing the foul. Nice block inside by Ellis. Charles is slightly larger, taller than Ellis, and now he gave some deception on his move to draw the foul.
Dikembe Mutombo called for the personal. Charles Smith last night 6 of 7 from the line, back on the 14th of December. Spent much time on the free throw line against Denver. 13 for 15, leading to the 23-point game. It's the Nuggets 4 and the Knicks 3, just getting underway here in Denver. Denver Nuggets at 8 and 23. They are 4th in the Midwest Division. Blackman with the rebound. Denver 13.5 games behind Utah. Come off the loss last night to Portland. Williams off the steal, and Macon for the 2 points.
Greg Anthony, who has not given the ball up as a starter very much, was a little careless on that penetration.
Hopefully getting inside.
Oh, great timing of a double cut, too. Hopefully was wide open, but he went up too softly.
And Ewing got a piece of it. Ellis is right there. Alfonso Ellis, a bit over-anxious against the Knicks in that game at Madison Square Garden. Did not have a good one. 2 of 9, 6 points. Alfonso, the rookie from Notre Dame, who has played well. Here's Ewing. And Mutombo able to tear it down.
Well, in the opening moments here, the effort is much greater for the home team, and they're getting results.
Nuggets with an 8-3 lead. Here's Williams. Reggie Williams, a teammate of Patrick Ewing at Georgetown, extending to a 10-3 advantage, and Pat Riley calling the early timeout. The Knicks 0 for 6 from the field here at the start.
After weeknight Nick and Roll. Every once in a while you get a regular.
But I can't seem to get it to work. But it's a great idea. Now that young people can buy them ahead of time. That's even better. They can plan ahead.
Get back, Joe.
Bacon setting up Ellis. Ellis with the spin move, played well by Smith. And Williams had it knocked away. Good hustle by Oakley. Here's Anthony. Denver getting back. Anthony sets up Blackman. Well done. And the Knicks now trail 10-7.
That's the kind of play Greg Anthony seems to be making more and more of as a starter now. Good judgment by him.
Anthony last night started the game, played 17 minutes. That's all, and it was not because he was not playing well. Doc Rivers came on and did a terrific job. 7 steals for Doc last night, 5 assists. And a loose ball foul has been called. It's on Oakley. The Nuggets 10 and the Knicks 7. 4.5 gone by in this first quarter.
Nuggets offense under Dan Issel is a passing game offense, as the Knicks saw in New York. In many ways, that takes Mutombo out of the offense. His outside setting picks, now crashing the boards, commits a foul while trying to reach in for a rebound. But the numbers haven't been big for him this year because of this new passing game offense, which favors the outside players.
Mutombo called for his second. Dikembe Mutombo had a strong rookie season, although he did fall off in the last couple of months. Opened up with big numbers and then did falter. Reggie Williams stopped, goes to the spin. Nuggets lead 12-7.
Williams has got to have a hand in the face. He is an excellent shooter, and when there's no one staring at him or creating pressure, it's too easy for him. He's an outstanding shooter. He must get pressure.
Last night, 11 for 20, 22 points in the loss to Portland. Charles Smith cuts it to a 3-point Denver lead. John Starks getting set to check in. Here's Ellis. Jackson with the save. Picked off by Smith. 2-on-1 with Blackman making his back. And he's called for the foul. Mark Bacon, a strong defensive player, is called for the hack. And here's John Starks, who last night had a career high 33 points, 12 of 16 in his 28 minutes. He was the man, following up on the 28-point game against the Celtics on Sunday. Substitutions for Denver: Gary Plummer out of Boston University, goes 6'9", 250 pounds, has come on, as has Scott Hastings, and Ewing goes right at Hastings. Todd Lichty also checking in for the Nuggets. This is Lichty with it. Jackson. And here's Williams. Rebound, Ewing. Knicks down 12-9. Starks with the change of pace against Lichty, who closed the baseline. Blackman wide open. Rebound, Lichty.
Knicks not shooting the ball well, and they're getting opportunities.
5.5 remaining in this first quarter. Jackson way off. Anthony was looking for Starks, could not find him. Now Oakley over to set the pick and roll. Oakley. Rebound, Plummer.
Charles seems to be reluctant to shoot the ball. He did not have a field goal last night in Sacramento.
Just under 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. The Knicks only 3 of 15, missed their first 6 field goal attempts. That's Plummer. And the Nuggets also having their shooting difficulties. They double up on Anthony. Oakley. Denver just staying away from Charles Oakley. They're not even playing.
Charles was 5 feet from the basket with room to move, and he looks to pass the ball, and it goes out of bounds. I mean, that's a real problem for him. He does not want to participate in the offense.
He has gone into a shell. He's lost confidence.
His head is down, too.
Ewing, and it's tipped home by Oakley. Well, that might provide some confidence, even though it was a tip-in. Nuggets with a 12-11 lead. We don't see Charles having as many opportunities with driving shots, although he has certainly missed his share, but he's not even attempting them at this point. Here's Anthony. No hesitation. Greg Anthony has given the Knicks a 13-12 lead, and Dan Issel takes a timeout for Denver.
You'll find a team.
4 to go, first quarter.
And moments ago, Charles Oakley with the steal threw himself into that situation, resulting in a turnover which went to the Knicks. Greg Anthony patiently comes up court and sees Rolando Blackman at the foul line. That's a layup for Orlando, and he came through.
The Knicks in the midst of a 10-2 run. And over the last 4 minutes and 45 seconds, neither club shooting well. The Knicks 5 of 18. The Nuggets 6 for 18. Last touch by the Knicks. 9 on the shot clock for the Nuggets. This is Kevin Brooks, second-year man from Southwest Louisiana, who just checked in, who inbounded the ball. Lichty, wild shot with the shot clock running down. Knicks going with Anthony and Blackman in the backcourt, along with Starks, 3-guard alignment. Oakley and Ewing are the big man. Blackman spinning in, yes, and it counts.
Rolando getting good shot opportunities now, is starting to show some flexibility in his motion around the basket. Nice little faking going on. He's getting loose out there early in the game. That comes with him handling the ball a lot, like he used to do in Dallas when he was the go-to guy for 11 years. Meanwhile, Patrick Ewing can own the defensive backboards. Scott Hastings, a guy who's hung around the league as a valuable backup man, is in the game quite early with Mutombo having 2 fouls, so Ewing should rule under the boards.
But to this point, Patrick Ewing is 0 for 5 from the field, does have 6 rebounds. The Knicks with a 16-12 lead. It's now a 12-2 run to put the Knicks into this position. Here's Brooks firing. Kevin Brooks, who played only 37 games last year as a rookie, was taken on the first round by Milwaukee, traded to Denver in the deal for Anthony Avin out of Southwest Louisiana, hitting on his first field goal. Starks, and Oakley able to get to it. And Starks preventing the violation. Foul, reach-in call. Don Jackson, Chris Jackson, call for his first. And Denver is over the foul limit, so Rolando Blackman, who has had a very active first quarter, back to the line. He's 2 of 3 from the line. 9 points for Blackman.
When they met in earlier December, the 14th, Rolando had a very fine game, shot the ball well, and had what then was his season high for the Knicks. 17-point game against the Nuggets.
The Knicks 18, the Nuggets 14. 2.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Marv Albert with John Andres from McNichols Arena in Denver. Game 2 of the 4-game in 5-day Western Swing. Knicks resume Friday in Dallas. They close out the trip Saturday in Houston. Well, that crossover move did not work by Ellis. Starks from Anthony. Well, John Starks, who was on fire last night, has missed his first 2 field goal attempts. Jackson, fouled by Anthony. And here's Anthony Mason coming on, replacing Charles Oakley, leads with a field goal for 2, along with 4 rebounds. It is a non-shooting foul. Brooks will inbound. Jackson and Lichty in the backcourt. Brooks, Hastings, and Ellis up front. Hard driving move by Lichty. It's tipped home by Hastings.
Oh, that was impressive by Hastings. There was a lot of traffic around him.
It's getting down court in a hurry. Patrick Ewing not able to hit. He is 0 for 6. Brooks. Bad shot. Here's Lichty. He's tied the game at 18. 1:25 left first quarter. Mason posting up on Ellis. Beautiful move by Anthony Mason. Has an unusual way of releasing the ball as he gets position along the baseline.
And he gets position. He uses that big, wide, strong body to get where he wants to be, and then turns around with that jumper.
The Knicks with a 2-point lead. 50 seconds to go, first quarter. Lichty. Jackson trying to hustle it down, but shuffled his feet. And it will be Nick Ball. Now Herb Williams replaces Patrick Ewing. Doc Rivers has come on for Greg Anthony. And Robert Pack checks in for Denver, replacing Chris Jackson, who did not score. Jackson 0 for 4. 42 seconds remaining in this opening quarter. And a technical foul has been called. It's an indication from Don Delaney. Yes. Technical foul on that man, Chris Jackson. Don Delaney has a way of calling the technical in very low-key fashion. This is the call that Jackson did not like. Ball of water to the Knicks. Blackman will shoot the tee. And the Knicks lead 21. 18.
Well, Doc Rivers out there now to try and pick up where he left off last night. He entered the game last night when the Knicks had a bigger problem going on in the Sacramento backcourt. He entered earlier, but tonight crashes in here before the quarter ends.
Shot clock at 10. Mason off the double team, pops it out. Shot clock at 5. Rivers. Beautiful move by Doc Rivers. Knicks now lead 23-18.
Well, one appreciates his size the closer he gets to the basket. Although he's a guard at 6'4", he can get up when he gets around the hoop.
Down to 10 seconds in the quarter. Here's Pack. Nicely done by Robert Pack. Final seconds, first quarter. Knicks lead by 3. Starks for 3. So that's the end of the first quarter. That would not have counted. Came after the horn, after 1 here in Denver. The Knicks 23 and the Nuggets 20.
NCAA holds at the line. His pass deflected out of the zone. Just have to lead.
Knicks with a 23-20 lead on a Denver Nuggets squad that has had a very difficult season. Record of 8-23. They've lost 16 of the last 17. The one highlight, though, that stands out, the biggest moment for the Nuggets this year took place against the LA Clippers back in late November. Final seconds, Chris Jackson rifling it home from midcourt for a 109-106 win against the Clippers at the Sports Arena in LA. How's that for a buzzer basket game winner?
One of their few wins, too, and that followed a game the night before, which was a win in Sacramento, so they were on a roll at that particular moment.
Either club on a roll in the first quarter. The Knicks 8 for 25. They missed their first 6 before they hit. The Nuggets 10 out of 26. But the Knicks do have a 3-point lead. Pat Riley now going with Charles Smith, Herb Williams, Anthony Mason on the front line, Doc Rivers and John Starks in the backcourt. Robert Pack moves it down as this second quarter gets underway. Pack and Macon now in the backcourt. Reggie Williams with the ball. Pack being played by Rivers. LaFonso Ellis guarded by Anthony Mason. And Ellis cuts it to a 1-point Knick lead. LaFonso Ellis, first-round draft pick of the Nuggets, 5th selection overall. Smith had the shot and changed his mind. Good play by Pack to break it up.
Boy, Pack burst into that picture. What speed he has.
Ellis posting and feeding Starks. Alfonso Ellis goes 6'8", 240.
Well, after their first meeting, Reggie Williams was saying how the Knicks were the dirtiest team they had seen. But so far, the Knicks have not exercised their physical play at all. They're allowing a lot to happen.
Deflected out by the Knicks. Nuggets by 1. Knicks have led by as many as 5. Pack and Macon in the backcourt. Mutombo is back up front with Williams and Ellis. Oh, that shot way off. Herb Williams facing Dikembe Mutombo, threw it back out. Here is Starks. And John Starks not able to hit. He's 0 for 4. Reggie Williams working off the screen.
He had plenty of time. Knicks are fortunate to have been in a number of those situations.
Well, both these clubs are getting good shots, but the shooting has been awful. Herb Williams going off the side of the glass. Last touch by the Nuggets. Knicks now shooting 29%. Denver right around 40%. Smith. And Starks able to keep it alive.
Amazing amount of opportunities that ball just going right into the hands of Starks, and he was going back on defense.
It's picked off by Pack. Again, the quickness of Robert Pack. Denver leads 26-23.
Boy, Pack's head wasn't too far away from the rim.
The Knicks call for a 20. Crowd here enjoying what the Nuggets have done here at the start of the second quarter.
Well, very attentive play by the Denver Nuggets. They're getting some good turnovers going in their direction. Robert Pack's speed has created a major problem for the Knicks. John Starks on the move, and Pack picks that pass off quickly, and he wants to stuff. He sets himself up at 6 foot 2 inches tall. Robert Pack can soar.
Robert Pack, one-time Portland Trailblazer, acquired from Portland for a second-round draft pick out of the University of Southern California. That's Pack guarding Rivers. Starks now 0 for 5.
One thing we've known about John Starks, he may get in a slump, but that will not stop him. He doesn't let that bother his confidence.
As John will usually try to shoot his way out of it. This steal by Herb Williams. Gets it down to Charles Smith. Here's Starks. Yes, so he hits on his first field goal. It's hard to say the way he has been shooting. He would have every right to try and shoot his way out of it, coming off the performances against the Celtics and then last night in Sacramento. Knicks down by 1. Rivers with the steal, and he's fouled. Tripped up by Ellis. That last bucket by Starks with that short baseline jump shot. The Knicks' first field goal of the second quarter. They went 3 minutes before they were able to hit.
Good play by Herb Williams as Mutombo didn't come out to receive the ball. And Charles Smith running the court well. He played a very important role in that play, but with his hustle getting up court.
Gary Plummer has checked back in for Denver. Plummer guarding Smith, who goes right at him. Knicks lead 27-26. Gary Plummer, a second-year NBA player out of Boston University, but he's been around. He was drafted back in 1984 on the second round by Golden State, but he's played Italy, Spain, Israel. Made it back from a fractured wrist. That's Plummer with it, getting it out to Pack. Shot clock down to 2. Aiken has to force. Knicks on the move. Starks going right at Williams. What a play. John Starks switching hands on the dribble.
And finishing with the left hand so beautifully.
The Knicks lead 29-26. Reggie Williams for Robert Pack. Clock at 5. Here's Macon. Well, Mark Macon with his second field goal. Macon shooting only 44%. Knicks lead 29-28. Starks had it knocked away. Back on the move. Rejection by Mason. He stopped Plummer. And Mason tied up by Williams. So they will jump it up. Here's Rolando Blackman replacing Charles Smith. The Knicks go back to the 3-guard setup with Blackman, Rivers, and Starks, along with Mason and Williams. Blackman guarded by Macon. And Rivers was hit. Foul committed by Reggie Williams. Denver takes a timeout. 6:55 remaining in the first half.
Shot by Gardner. Zubac's pass here was one beauty, as was that one back
to Gartner, and 2 shots. Rangers tie it up at 3 with their second power play goal.
There it is. Zubov threading it, and Gartner staying right with it. Mike Gartner is 29th of the season from Amonte, and Zubov at 7:51. Ties at 3-3, so special teams are even.
Oh, yeah.
For 5 apiece.
1 goal away from Mike Gartner to set that record. What a wonderful story that would be. Mike Gartner with his 29.
And scoring number 29 against his former team, it gives him 9 goals in his last 6 games. A 6-game goal scoring streak for Mike Gartner. Shot by Cote, knocked down. Then Chinov plays it back. He was right near the blue line, went back with it. Bondrich got it around the net against them. Chinov. The back pass deflected by Gartner into the Rangers bench.
Hugh.
Stops. 11:36 to go in the third. Mike Gartner is tied at 3-3.
Coaching experience. And you look at the leaderboard, he is the number 4 all-time leading scorer in ABA NBA history, behind Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, Julius Erving.
Big Dan, member of the Kentucky Colonels also when he was in the ABA championship team.
I don't know, Julius changed the spelling of his name with an I, John? So the Knicks lead 31-28. And Isso, the Nuggets color commentator in recent years, did have some front office personnel experience. 15 years. Scoring over 27,000 points. Here's Patrick Ewing checking back in, replacing Herb Williams. Patrick Ewing not able to get going. 0 for 6 from the field. The Knicks missed their first 6 shots to start the game. They missed their first 5 shots to start the second quarter, showing some consistency. Pack with the stick. Robert Pack showing his quickness once again. The Knicks now lead by 1.
At that field with Patrick Ewing standing there, 6'2" Robert Pack.
Mason. Anthony Mason with his second field goal. He has 4. The Knicks 33, the Nuggets 30. Here's Macon. Well, Mark Macon hitting his second jump shot. And the Knicks by 1. Knicks staying with the 3 guards, Starks, Rivers, and Blackman. Starks setting up Ewing. Ripping right by Marcus Liberty, who had just checked in.
Well, that was a pick and roll. It took a little time, but how nicely it was done. And Patrick Ewing was very comfortable with that left hand.
Ewing with his first field goal. Knicks by 3. Mutombo. And away from the ball, Starks all over Pack. It's almost a wrestling headlock. And Starks and Pack having some words. Here's Greg Anthony coming back for Doc Rivers.
Pack gave him a little pat on the back, though, at the end of the play. At the other end, though, Patrick Ewing scored the last Knicks hoop with a nice move to the hoop. It's always good to get around the basket when you don't have the touch from the outside if you're a big man. Break the spell of getting some easy ones.
Here's Mutombo. Starks got caught on a mismatch. Knicks lead 35-34. 5 minutes to go. First half. Ewing. And Anthony getting to it. Now Ewing down low. So Patrick Ewing with a rare move inside is able to back Mutombo to the hoop. Mutombo did not want to collect his 3rd foul. Knicks by 3. Mutombo's been very quiet. Mutombo, wild shot. Anthony gets it down to Starks. And the Knicks off that fast break basket take a 39-34 lead.
Perfect pass by Greg Anthony, right on target.
Timeout taken by Denver. It is a 20-second timeout. Now, in respect to Julius Erving, we go back to the graphic and show the proper spelling, John.
Very nice. Always sign of class when you can admit there's
Absolutely.
an imperfection along the way.
Oh, that's one you don't want to see.
Well, Marv, I'll tell you another fact about Dan Issel's career, by the way. You know, he was, after the Kentucky Colonel's career, he was dealt to the Baltimore Claws of the ABA, who never played a game. So then they figured they're not going to use him, they're not going to play a game. They sold him to the Denver Nuggets. And the rest is history. A great career by that fierce-looking guy sitting there, Dan Issel.
And was able to rise to the coaching ranks despite the setback of working with Al Albert as color commentator for several years. Reggie Williams off the mark. Mutombo foul. Charles Oakley back on the floor and trying to knock the ball away from Dikembe Mutombo was called for that personal.
Mutombo seems to be more of an observer in their offense. His job is to get rebounds and to be a defensive presence, but he's nowhere near the offensive presence he was last year in his rookie season when everything seemed to run through him. The team was built around his presence. He showed right away what a factor he could be, and as a result he got the ball a lot and everything happened around him. But this year with the new coach and the different philosophy of the passing game, why Dikembe is not the factor offensively that he was.
Nuggets to the foul line for the first time tonight. Knicks lead it 39-35. 4 minutes to go in the first half. Blackman. And not able to hold on, so it will be Denver ball. John, you go back to the early stage.
Off the boards, knocked down by Hunter. Back to Iafrate. The shot deflects wide.
As the Denver Rockets, do you happen to know?
Takes the puck out. 1 minute to go on the power play for the Caps. 9:15 to go in the third. Rangers lead 4-3.
Great 1 minute of penalty kill by Lowe
Against Denver.
Boom to boom.
Ridley moving in on Wells. Turcotte and Broughton are on. Broughton with a tip to clear. Cote now on with Iafrate. Hunter and Kristich go off. Ridley is on with Elenick and Bondra.
Denver as well as New York.
Oh, it's rejected. And here's Chris Jackson.
Clear it. Turcotte does. 20 seconds to go on the power play. Across the line, Elenick gives it to Bondra. Bondra checked by Wells. Cote down the boards to Ridley. Ridley looking. Out to Cote. Now to Bondra. Looking. Ridley off his stick. Wells moves it. Cleared by Bork. That'll do it. Power plays
The game on the Madison Square Garden Network. Radio voice of the Knicks, Mike Green. #1 draft pick of the Denver Rockets back in 1967. Also taken by the New York Knicks. He said at first he didn't think there was any interest at all on the part of the Knicks. I remember talking about this with Walt. Said no one contacted him. He was really surprised that they took him. Here's Reggie Williams. Oh, spectacular shot. And he's tied the game at 39.
Well, Clyde is featuring the Shilling now 2 nights in a row, hoping he can, in his way, bring the Knicks to a winning streak.
Game tied at 39. Timeout has been taken.
By Knickerbocker players. We were mentioning Walt Frazier moments ago. He holds the lead in minutes played as a Knick. Willis Reed, Bill Bradley, and now Patrick Ewing, who went over 20,000 minutes last night in Sacramento.
The Knicks and the Denver Nuggets tied at 39. 2:35 remaining first half. And Ewing fouled by Ellis. Alfonso Ellis committing his second personal.
One of the patterns that the Knicks are in this first half, and it's happened, I'm sure, far too much for Pat Riley's liking, is that they are playing to the level of their competition. Not only is the score tied, but they're just not sparkling out there. And finally, Patrick Ewing gets inside for a field goal, which hasn't happened all that much here.
to the basket with a powerful move, was fouled by Starks.
Pack has been a major positive for the Nuggets since he got into the game. He's playing the complete game defensively and offensively.
Robert Pack did not do much last night. 15 minutes in Portland, 1 out of 5 from the field. Nuggets led by as many as 12 in the first half against the Blazers, but lost 109-100. A game that saw Clyde Drexler make his return. Check of the scoreboard, and the Bullets and the Celtics see Boston winning 98-93. Philadelphia 129 and Golden State 122.
7 in a row for the Celtics after a very impressive win in Cleveland last night.
Knicks and the Nuggets tied at 41. We come up on 2 minutes remaining in this first half. Ewing going at Mutombo, air ball, and Oakley able to hit.
Beautifully done by Charles. Boy, he showed quickness getting to that ball and finishing it up.
Mentioned Boston winning 7 in a row. They're now 19-17, 3 games behind the Knicks. Mutombo, line drive, hook shot. And the game is tied at 43. Ewing. Oh, nice move by Patrick Ewing off the drop step. So Patrick, after a slow start, has come on. He's 4 out of 12 for 8 points.
Oh, he's presenting versatility now in his offense.
The Knicks lead 45-43. Jackson. Well, Jackson playing catch with himself off the glass.
Came up with a bruise, though, on his right thigh.
Game tied at 45. Just under 1 minute remaining in the half.
Oakley once again in position for a layup. Throws it away.
Jackson. And Oakley with the rebound. Another final, the Nets over Cleveland. So the Nets, for the moment, 2 games behind the Knicks. They've won 2 straight. Nets are now 19-15. And they remain 1 game in front of Boston. Knicks and Nuggets tied at 45. Robert Pack taking a little rest, working that shot clock down. Here's Pack. 6 seconds to go in the half. Nuggets lead by 2. Anthony gets it down. Anthony, yes, and he's tied it at 47. Only 7/10 of a second remaining in the first half, and that will do it. The Knicks and the Nuggets tied at 47 at halftime. High Point men, Orlando Blackman leading the Knicks with 11. Robert Pack, high man for Denver, with 10. Mike Crispino coming up at the...
With Marawali claiming he was tripped up.
He felt he was blindsided, but in reality, he moved to his left into Messier. Messier was out of the goal crease, and there you see the goal scored by Adam Graves. You know, earlier in the Rangers zone, Christensen and Hunter ran into each other and fell down, and that's why Messier got the puck and was able to move up ice.
Now there's Terry Murray.
Yeah, I differ with Terry. I think Messier was there, and he was in a position where he's allowed to be. Ribnak was out of the crease and moved to his left. Didn't expect it, went flying. Now watch the goalie move to his left, see? Into Messier, and he just bounces off. Messier's allowed to be there. And the puck is shot in by Graves.
And Graves got knocked down by Cavallini afterwards.
And Pack working out of the corner by Doc Rivers. Meets Patrick Ewing, a 7-footer, and the 6'2 Pack goes over Patrick for the slam dunk. Herb Williams, who was the Knicks' most valuable player in the first meeting with the Nuggets this year, on a nice steal. Charles Smith sees John Starks, who's in position to break his poor shooting spell that he had earlier in the game. Beautifully done pick and roll with Starks and Ewing. At one point, Patrick going in with the left hand for
Ron Smith now up on the bench.
nicely done.
So the Knicks and the Nuggets tied at 47. We'll be back.
39.
They're shooting in the second quarter. The Knicks 41% overall for the half, and the Nuggets at 48%, led by Robert Pack, who hit 4 out of 4. Off the boards, Nuggets, who out-rebounded Portland last night in a losing ball game with a slight edge on New York.
No one allowed to claim fatigue tonight for poor players. Nuggets were in Portland. Low turnovers for both teams, something the coaches like to see, but they also like to see intense defense that causes turnovers, and that didn't happen. Our Toyota matchup of the evening. Patrick Ewing leading the Knicks in the rebounding department with 7 in the first half. A rather unspectacular half, though, for Patrick from the shooting area. 4 out of 13. Mutombo only 7 points, 6 rebounds. Both players picking up where they left off in New York. Neither one taking over the game in any way.
Well, Patrick was bothered by the flu, and as a result, played only 27 minutes back in mid-December at the Garden. Mutombo picked up those early fouls, and Dan Issel sat him down. Dikembe ended up playing 18 minutes in the first half. Denver ball as we get underway in the third quarter. Jackson and Macon in the backcourt. Open shot for Macon. They do not respect his touch, but he's hit 3 jump shots tonight.
Once again, double teaming when the obvious shooter is a pass away is dangerous.
But you can understand the Knicks allowing Mark Macon to take the outside shot. Knicks trail now by 2. Ewing. And Macon starts back. Intercepted by Ewing. Anthony and Blackman in the backcourt. Ewing, Oakley, Smith up front. Greg Anthony not able to hit. Dikembe Mutombo with the rebound. Macon and Jackson in the backcourt. Mutombo the center. Williams and Ellis at the forward positions. Jackson shooting in a crowd. And Macon gets to it. Now Jackson guarded by Blackman. Ellis being played by Oakley. Shot clock at 5. Alfonso Ellis with 8 points. Nuggets lead 51-47. Anthony's pass knocked out of bounds by Jackson. The Knicks come in with a record of 20-12. Last night with a win over Sacramento, they stopped the 2-game losing streak. Good effort last night against the Kings. Oakley rejected, but he drew the foul. And Mutombo, off the follow-through by Oakley, took a shot in the chin.
Charles has a way of inflicting pain even when he has the ball. Wide open shot for Blackman. Looked like it was going to go. Oakley in great position. Gets Mutombo as he follows that fine offensive rebound up.
Foul was called, though, on Reggie Williams. And Charles Oakley to the free throw line.
Charles had a solid first half. 6 rebounds, 4 points. Also 2 steals to lead the Knicks.
Only a 64% free throw shooter, but hits on both. Nuggets 51. The Knicks 49. 2 minutes gone by in the third. Marv Albert with John Andres from Denver. And Smith deflects it out. The Knicks prior to last night had dropped 3 out of 4 on the road. They're now 6-9 on the road. Trip that continues in Dallas on Friday. Saturday, they'll play at Houston. The Knicks back home next Monday, January 18th. Martin Luther King Day at the Garden. 1 o'clock game against the Phoenix Suns. Pretty pass from Mutombo. Jackson threw it back out. Reggie Williams hitting double figures. He has 10. The Nuggets 53. The Knicks 49. Smith is blocked. Ellis and Williams combining on that rejection.
Well, Ellis at 6'8", doing a nice job. Williams shorter than him. No deception here by Charles.
13 on the 24. Ewing around Mutombo. Lost his balance. And Mutombo rebound. Macon didn't even pay any attention. But it's understandable because he has not shown that he could hit the jumper. However, they may change their thoughts on that. He's hit 4 now, and the Nuggets lead by 6. 22nd timeout called by Pat Riley.
Well, when a player hits 1, you take notice. When he hits 2, you better start getting serious. Now we're up to 4. They better respect him. He did not get any on that.
This program is authorized by Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or the use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this event without the express written consent of Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated is prohibited. And the Knicks once again open up, having difficulties. 0 for the first 6. They started the first quarter in that manner, missed their first 5 in the second quarter. Make it 0 for 7 as Oakley hits the deck along with Mutombo and Ellis, and a foul is called.
There's no question Ewing is having a problem with Mutombo, who continues to challenge his shots. You'll see Mutombo stay with Ewing after the contact, and he goes up and distracts Ewing. He's doing a good job when Patrick lines up his shot.
Reggie Williams called for that pushing foul. That's his second personal. Nuggets lead by 6. 3 minutes in. Third quarter. Ewing off a double team, gets it out. Here's Blackman. Blackman again. Yes. Rolando Blackman from straight away. And the Nuggets lead at 55-51. So the Knicks go 3 minutes and 10 seconds before converting a field goal in this third quarter. The pattern has been the same right throughout the game at the start of each quarter. Ellis. Nice soft touch by LaFonso Ellis. Denver 57. The Knicks 51.
The Knicks are missing penetration by Anthony to set up people by drawing attention.
Ewing rejected by Mutombo. Here's Macon slicing through, and he's fouled.
Well, this young team, who we mentioned before as not being out of games very often this year, they're playing very hard and they're getting results now. Ewing with the left-handed shot rejected by Mutombo. And the ball is rushed down court, and Dan Issel, a very spirited player and a spirited coach, is liking what he's seeing now.
Third block by Dikembe Mutombo. Mark Macon has come up with a strong offensive game. He now has 11 points. Blackman sitting down, along with Smith, Starks, and Mason checking in. Macon, an inconsistent free throw shooter, right around 67%.
All these statistics that you're talking about, Marv, about the poor shooting is Macon.
Being dispelled here tonight, no question.
Night, boy.
Nuggets lead by 8. It's their biggest lead. And Mason tied up. Good play by the Nuggets. Anthony Mason will jump it up against Mark Macon. Mark Macon out of Temple in his second year. Denver's second first-round selection last year. Known for his defense, the shot selection had always been suspect, but he has been presented with wide-open jump shots. The Knicks not paying attention to him, but he has been hitting. Ellis. Picked off by Oakley. The pass intended for Mutombo.
Very heady play by Charles Oakley.
Mason's pass intercepted. Here's Macon with Anthony back. Nuggets by 10. Another steal. It's Ellis. Jackson. Oh, wild shot. And he drove a foul. Not a good shot by Chris Jackson, who knows it. But he was fortunate to draw the foul.
Well, the pace of this game is being dictated now by the Nuggets. No problem now for Macon to soar over Greg Anthony. On the inbounds pass, Charles Oakley throws it into the hands of the Nuggets. And this game is now, from the Nuggets standpoint, broken open. They don't enjoy 10-point leads that much. Now it could be 11. The Knicks are in trouble.
Chris Jackson, among the leaders in free throw shooting at 92% for the season. He's number 3 in the league, behind Mark Price, who is leading the way. Nuggets 63, Knicks 51. Knicks are 1 of 11 from the field in this third quarter. Starks wide open. That'll count. Mutombo called for the goaltend.
Knicks spread the floor out beautifully then. And when you spread it out, the defense gets spread, and that's why John Starks was open.
Now the Knicks are now shooting 36% for the game, while Denver up to 53%. Here's Macon. That time he was played by Hubert Davis, who just checked in. And Mark Macon now reaching the unconscious stage, hitting the outside shot.
Bob, you recall when we talked to Jeff Van Gundy before the game about how does a team shoot well, he really pointed to the point guard, in this case Greg Anthony. It's his duty to get people open.
Patrick Ewing with a move that we have not seen, going to the hoop with a two-handed shot. And the Nuggets now lead by 10. Pat Riley doing some shuffling. He now has Anthony, Starks, and Davis on the court with Mason and Ewing. Here's Jackson. Rebounded by Ewing. Starks, played by Macon. And the Knicks regroup. We're halfway through the third quarter. Nuggets by 10. Anthony from straight away. And here is Macon, held by Anthony.
Dance foul. And Greg was in position to get back for defense, but he elected to just reach around. Low percentage attempt at stealing the ball.
Knicks take a timeout with just under 6 minutes to go in the third. Well, the Knicks have been outscored by the Nuggets 18-8 in this third quarter. Knicks only 3 for 14 from the field, 1 for the first 11 in this third quarter. Robert Pack, who had a good first half, is back on the floor. Pack with Macon and Jackson, so Dan Issel goes 3 guards to match up with the Knicks, who now have Anthony with Starks and the rookie Davis. Hubert Davis did not play last night in Sacramento. Shot clock at 10. Ellis over Mason. Alfonso Ellis has hit 6 of 7. He has 12, and the Nuggets match their biggest lead of the game. They have a 67-55 edge. Another steal. It's Ellis. Oh, the Knicks are just being severely outplayed by the Nuggets. Shot clock at 10. Ewing gives it off to Mason, and he was stopped. Ball deflected out of bounds. The Knicks maintain possession with 5 on the 24.
The Knicks' execution on offense has just been too slow. And as a result, the pressure that the Nuggets are putting on is too much for them.
And the call is last touched by the Knicks. Denver with 7 steals tonight. They have been very alert. This is a club that has lost 16 of its last 17. They've dropped 2 in a row. They've won only 8 out of 31. They've outscored the Knicks here in the third 22-8. And they lead by 14. Foul called on Pack.
Well, they were in Portland last night where they lost. But again, they were tough throughout. In fact, they were ahead at the end of 3 quarters in a very difficult arena to play in for a visiting team.
Todd Lichty checking back in, replacing Mark Macon, who has been very instrumental in the good Denver play tonight. Macon 7 of 9 from the field. He has 16 points. He's the high man now for the Nuggets. Starks, yes. John Starks with 12 points. The Nuggets lead 69-57. Pat lost control, recovered by Jackson. Mutombo feeling around for Ewing. Rebound Mason, but he's fouled. Hit from behind by Plummer.
Mason had excellent position. And the Knicks are hoping, you know, as a team that they can get tough physically. They have not been a physical team in this game thus far.
4th team foul called on Denver. Knicks have 3. We're coming up on 4 minutes remaining in the third. Mason now working against the 6'9 Plummer. Draws the double team. Shot clock at 3. Ewing with the tip. And now handled by Mutombo.
Good effort by Ewing. He was way up there.
Charles Smith getting set to check back in. The Knicks 4 for 19, while the Nuggets 9 of 12 in this third quarter. The Knicks down by 12 points. Good recovery by Pack. The block by Mason, stopping Mutombo. Here's Davis to the left hand. Yes, and it counts. Hubert Davis driving across the lane, going to the left hand, and he will now go to the free throw line.
Well, Pat Riley getting what he had hoped for with the insertion of Hubert Davis into the lineup. Hubert thinks defense. He knows what his job is. If he's going to play for this man, he's got to play good defense, and he's been doing that. Now he gets into the scoring column.
Foul committed by Lichty. And Davis to the free throw line. Three-point play by Davis. Nuggets lead 69-60. 3:20 to go in the third quarter. Jackson met by the double team. Swings away for the shot. Lichty with the rebound. Mutombo recovered. And a foul call against the Knicks. It's on Smith. For Charles, that is only his first.
As long as the Knicks do not observe the boxing out needs, they will be in trouble under the boards that the Nuggets are working on.
Mutombo, a 66% free throw shooter. 8 points from Mutombo. Substitution, Kevin Brooks for Chris Jackson. Jackson not shooting well, 2 of 11 for 6 points. Forced some bad shots. Denver 71 and the Knicks 60. Just under 3 minutes remaining in the third. Ewing, yes. Nice move by Patrick Ewing, and the Nuggets now lead by 9.
Well, Patrick developed that move since he saw Mutombo last. Dikembe not ready for it.
Ewing has 12, but he's only 6 for 20. Oh, good play by Anthony, and he'll get the jump ball. Greg Anthony diving to tie it up. Robert Pack is upset with himself. Take another look at the play. Ewing got a hand on it, which led to the tie-up. 112 to 96.
Richie Adebayo was a victim of many circumstances which had nothing to do with his coaching.
Starks off the tip. And you can sense that the Knicks have picked up the play. They've now cut it down to a 7-point lead. The turnaround basket, I thought, the three-point play by Hubert Davis, the drive as he went to the left hand, then hit the free throw. Lichty able to save it. Here's Pack. Nice play setting up Mutombo. So the Nuggets now lead 73-64.
See, that penetrating move by Pack is what the Knicks are not getting at their end. They're not getting that breakdown by the guards to draw the attention and give it up to big men who are right near them.
Just under 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Starks for three. Yes. And John Starks has caught fire after a slow start. The Denver lead is now 6. Dan Issel just took a long walk in front of the bench, very upset that no one moved up in the face of John Starks. No one contested that shot. I'm sure that was something he was preaching right throughout the day after checking out the Knick tapes in recent games. Lichty. Todd Lichty with only his second field goal. Nuggets 75 and the Knicks 67. That loss by Dallas tonight puts the Mavericks at 2-28. They have lost 13 in a row. We come up on a minute remaining in the third. Shot clock down to 5. Ewing with the spin on Plummer and hits. Patrick Ewing has turned it around. He has 14, and the Nuggets lead by 6. Plummer backing Smith. Here's Brooks. Kevin Brooks using the height advantage. 6'8", 200 pounds. Nuggets lead 77-69. Half minute remaining in the third quarter. Davis from deep.
More patience needed before those shots.
Denver will hold for a final shot. Down to 15 seconds in the quarter. Down to 10. Pack lost his balance. Here comes Starks. Starks squeezing through and was fouled. He was fouled by Lichty with 5 seconds to go in the third quarter. John Starks to the free throw line for the first time tonight. John upset about his foul shooting last night, which wasn't bad. 7 for 10. Missed a couple late in the game. I think on his post-game chat with you, John is just looking for something to complain about.
Yes, he wanted perfection. And it was interesting, too, Marv, and speaking with him and reading about it in the papers, he traced conversation he had with Pat Riley last Friday in Orlando to his turnaround. He said, Pat, if we look at our Midas bench breakdown, 26 points for the Knicks, the Nuggets getting a great piece of help from Robert Pack.
Oh, bad pass on the inbounds, and the Knicks get it back.
John saying it. Coach Riley said he hasn't been preparing as he did last year before games, and John has put a lot of time in now, focusing in for his pregame preparation the last couple of games.
Charles Smith felt he didn't have enough room on the inbounds, and Anthony was blocked, and a foul call is made. Greg Anthony got shaken up on that, as did Dikembe Mutombo. Foul called on Anthony, his third.
Most unusual foul. You'll see Anthony commit a foul as he's lying on the floor. He brought Mutombo down.
He was actually trying to brace his fall and then continued on and was called for the foul, so that will put Mutombo on the line with 4/10 of a second remaining in this third quarter. Dikembe is 3 out of 4 from the free throw line. A native of Zaire, like yourself, John, speaks 5 languages.
Yes, I speak Brooklyn, Manhattan, Jersey, on and on.
Nuggets lead 79-71. And Anthony's shot went off the back of the rim. An incredible shot by Greg Anthony. That would have counted. Here's another look. Fires one from deep in the backcourt and almost went in.
Rusty Staub for Bud.
Showed his thanks.
Fourth quarter is underway. The Nuggets 79 and the Knicks 71. The rejection by Ewing. Here's Starks, and he's fouled. John Starks slicing through. Fouled by Reggie Williams. The Knicks staying with the three-guard setup. John Starks, Greg Anthony, Hubert Davis, Charles Smith, Patrick Ewing are the big men. Hubert Davis, the nephew of the one-time Denver Nugget, Walter Davis, who not on hand broadcasting tonight. Usually teams up with one Al Albert, but Dave Logan handling the telecast tonight.
That's a kid brother you're referring to, Mark?
Older brother.
Sure.
Nuggets lead 79-72. Opening minute, fourth quarter. Ellis. He's had the hot hand. He's 8 for 9. Denver now 52% shooting. The Knicks at 38% from the floor. Here's Smith on a mismatch, but it was blocked. Another Nugget block. That's 12 for the game.
Ellis, a big job defensively.
Third block by Ellis. Mutombo has 4. A host of blocks and steals by Denver. Reggie Williams working hard. So the Nuggets lead 83-72.
Knicks are witnessing the passing game, the excellent passing of the Nuggets, which encourages movement. And with movement, very difficult for the defense. See the Knicks standing around by contrast at this end.
Ewing fouled by Mutombo. That's 3 on Dikembe Mutombo. Here's Charles Oakley replacing Charles Smith. Patrick Ewing to the free throw line.
Knicks put up a surge moments ago, but this young team of Denver has withstood it. Alfonso Ellis, an interesting player, Marv. You know, I don't think he was that highly thought of coming out of college. And Denver called him in here, had him work out, and apparently he shot the ball exceptionally well. And it was rather surprising to see he went so high in the draft. But their decision certainly has been rewarded with his excellent play.
He's averaged 14 per game, shooting about 47% from the field. Denver missing a very good-looking rookie by the name of Bryant Stith, who's 6'5", out of Virginia, first-round draft pick. Suffered a broken foot. He is out until after the All-Star game. He played 7 games, started 1, and Dan Issel raves about him. He played very well and had a good camp. 3-second violation.
Yes, he and Ellis, once Stith gets back, will be part of a very bright future around here. I remember the remarks in New York when Denver was in that the feeling was that Stith would be a guy this team would be built around in some ways. That's a mouthful for a rookie.
Denver with that overall record 8-23, 7-7 at home, 1-16 on the road. The only road victory off that fling by Chris Jackson at the buzzer against the Clippers. Reggie Williams leading the break. Chris Jackson able to throw back outside, then takes the return. Chris Jackson has been way off. He's 2 for 13.
Doc Rivers now back in the game after a long rest, so he's got to get warm and get the touch back.
Oakley.
And there wasn't not one single Knick in rebounding position on that shot.
Nuggets 83, The Knicks 74. Foul on Rivers. Basket will not count. It has been a very poor shooting night for the Knicks. They are now 29 for 80, 36%. Going into last night's game, they had shot 41% over their previous 6. They came out of it last night with a good shooting effort against Sacramento, but they are right back into the doldrums here tonight.
But you know, Marv, it isn't just a matter of missing the shots. It's the kind of shots they're taking and getting. They have not, in general, been getting good shots throughout the game.
And Blackman drew the foul. Did well to get it off. Mark Macon picks it up.
They're not setting enough picks for one another. They're not finding the open man enough, a subject that has, you know, been discussed to death. And it's very frustrating for Pat Riley and Dick Carter and the coaching staff when the Knicks are impatient on offense and continue to take shots or allow themselves to take shots under pressure.
Blackman now 6 for 7 from the foul line. He has 14 points. Denver is led by as many as 14. They now lead 83-76. 3 minutes gone by in the fourth quarter. Jackson played by Starks. Rivers guarding Reggie Williams. And Blackman on Macon. Macon using the pick. Throwing the air ball. Handled by Rivers. Gets it down to Starks. Nice play. But the rejection by Williams. Here's Ewing, and he is rejected. Foul called on Oakley.
Well, this crowd is excited because of defense. Big effort by the Nuggets front line inside. Mutombo, Ellis, everybody active on the boards. Stopping the Knicks flat in their attempt to score under their basket.
22nd timeout called by Denver. 14 blocked shots by the Nuggets. That's the most against the Knicks this season. 4 apiece from Mutombo, Williams, and Ellis. $11 blocks in the first half, 3 more here in the second. .8:21 remaining in the fourth quarter, and the Nuggets lead by the score of 83-76. Denver getting balanced scoring, 16 apiece for Macon, and Ellis. Mutombo has 13, 12 for Williams. John Starks, high man for the Knicks, 20 points. Patrick Ewing with 16, but Ewing only 7 of 22 from the field.
Fortunately for the Knicks, however, Marv, they're playing at their highest intensity level of the game right now. They are knocking at the door, and they have created pressure on the Nuggets.
Shot clock at 6. Loose ball foul on Macon. That's 5 on Mark Macon. And Todd Lichty will check in. Team foul number 4 committed by Denver. Knicks with only 2. Pat Riley going with Doc Rivers, John Starks, Rolando Blackman, along with Charles Oakley and Patrick Ewing. Here's Ewing. That's block number 15 by Denver. 5 by Mutombo.
Ewing's very unhappy. He thought it was a goaltend. Starks with a nice look off to Ewing at the last second. Ewing goes up with a deceptive shot. He felt goaltend.
Good recovery here on a save by Ewing, banking it off Jackson. Season high of 15 blocks for Denver. Shot clock at 7. Ewing forcing it. Ewing with the rebound. Patrick Ewing going glass. So the Nuggets now lead by only 5.
Patrick Ewing is rolling now.
Lichty, hand check by Blackman. Here's Williams on a quick release. That's a 3. Reggie Williams hitting from three-point land, shooting 35% from downtown. And the Nuggets now lead 86-78. Ewing with only his 9th field goal. He's 9 for 26. Now has 20 points. Lichty changed his mind. He was looking for the jump shot. Fortunate to get it back. Here's Williams. Again.
What a show. Doc Rivers doing everything he can to distract him with the extra effort. No problem.
17 points for Reggie Williams. Blackman way off, but Oakley gets to it. Nuggets by 8 with 6:15 remaining.
Knicks losing time on the clock now. Rivers not aware of it.
Ewing. And Blackman able to get to it. Blackman is blocked. Ellis with the block. And a foul. It's a blocking foul on Rivers. 16 blocked shots by Denver. Timeout has been called with 6 minutes to go in the game.
Wow! Look at those lines! A perfect chest from Withers to Brisket. Such a smooth butt. Oh, I tell you, I've never seen a finer dog in my long career. Ladies and gentlemen, for outstanding excellence amongst all breeds, I present this first prize to our finest show dog, the Royal American George Hound.
The very same day you bring...
Oh, George.
Budweiser. Dutch boy in the paint. Block shots. The Nuggets running away in that department. And rebounds, even all. A great job by the Denver Nuggets against the bigger Knicks team. Another shot block of Rolando Blackman's attempt.
So the high number of block shots plus 10 steals for Denver.
Greg Anthony back in for Doc Rivers now to try and deal with Chris Jackson.
Well, Chris Jackson now 2 of 14. Mutombo in the right spot. 15 points for Mutombo, and the Nuggets lead by 10. 5:25 remaining in the game. Ewing. Patrick Ewing was pushed by Dikembe Mutombo. That's 3. Mutombo. Ewing to the foul line. He's 2 of 2 from the line. Patrick Ewing firing up 27 shots. 9 for 27. Missed his first 6. And reflecting the Knicks picture, has not shot well. Knicks as a team at 35% shooting. Nuggets lead it by 9. Denver 90, Knicks 82. Chris Jackson and Todd Lichty now at the guards. Dikembe Mutombo up front with Reggie Williams and LaFonso Ellis. Lichty played by Blackman. Shot clock down to 7. Good defensive sequence here. Lichty got it away. Mutombo lost it. Starks was held. And the foul is called on Williams.
Oakley slopped that ball away successfully.
That puts Denver over the limit. Mark Macon checking back in, although he has 5 fouls. And Lichty will sit down. There's Macon, who has shot well, 7 of 10, 16 points. Starks with 2 shots. He is now 3 out of 5 from the line. Nuggets 90, Knicks 83, just under 5 minutes remaining in the game.
Knicks have to hope for a fast tempo and that this young team remains impatient so they can get more shot attempts.
Now Blackman is playing Macon. Shot clock at 4. Down to 1. Knick defense has stepped up here. Crowd looking for a travel as Blackman pulled up.
Not Riley calling out a play now.
Well, Starks open. Yes. John Starks cutting left and able to hit the open jump. The Knicks are down by only 5, and Dan Issel is called for timeout.
Stinky. Stinky.
Department at 14 all, and Mutombo with 6 shot blocks in this game. A major force defensively.
Knicks have 3 timeouts remaining. Denver has 2. Both clubs have used their 20. 4 minutes and 12 seconds remaining fourth quarter. Denver led by as many as 14 and now clinging to a 5-point lead. Anthony on Jackson. Ellis played by Oakley. Ellis had to save it. So Denver will inbound with only 6 on the 24.
Knicks need a breakthrough defensively now.
Ellis. And it's snatched by Reggie Williams. Denver with a second opportunity.
Talk about plays of the game. That rebound was huge.
Oakley fell down. Jackson. Chris Jackson, who has not shot well, got the roll, and he's given Denver a 7-point lead.
Well, from 7 to what could have been 3 had the Knicks gotten that rebound and converted.
Ewing's pass picked off by his one-time Georgetown teammate, Reggie Williams. Down to 3 minutes remaining of the game. Nuggets with the ball. They lead by 7. Shot clock down to 3. Macon. And Ewing lost it.
Well, skinny Reggie Williams is really hurting the Knicks tonight around the basket when it comes to competing for the basketball. No body on him. And Reggie with the quick hands disrupts Patrick Ewing.
Denver gets the new 24. Jackson. Chris Jackson, with only his 4th field goal, he's hit 2 big ones down the stretch. Nuggets by 9. Knicks take a timeout.
Give up.
precious opportunities just went in and out of the Knicks' hands, and a rebounding situation. About a minute ago, Reggie Williams came into 5 stationary Knicks and pulled that rebound down. There was a 5-point lead at that moment. Had the Knicks been able to make it, get that ball in their hands, they could have brought this thing a lot closer.
Blackman. And last touch by Denver is the call by Ed Rush. 2:31 remaining in the game. The Nuggets with a 9-point lead. Starks with the fake. And that's a goaltend. So Starks gets credit. Nuggets now lead by 7. And Pat Riley wants some pressure on the ball going to the full court press. You saw the goaltend call. Reggie Williams lofts it down for Alfonso Ellis. And the foul.
In the face of Patrick Ewing, Alfonso Ellis, and he hangs there for a while. This guy's got strong arms.
Ewing with his third. Alfonso Ellis has to feel very good about things. Was very down after a poor performance in the game against the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. And has come through tonight. Terrific shooting game for Ellis. 9 for 12, 18 points. Unable to complete the 3-point play. Nuggets lead by 9. We're coming up on 2 minutes remaining in the game. Blackman. And a foul is called. Loose ball foul. It's called on Ewing. That puts the Knicks over the limit. So Denver will go to the line. It'll be Mutombo shooting a pair. He is 5 out of 6 from the free throw line. The Denver Nuggets with 2 straight losses, 16 of the last 17. Trying to stop the slide. They now lead the Knicks 97-87. Nuggets shooting 51% from the field, and the Knicks 35%. Down to 2 minutes remaining in the game. Here's Ewing. And here comes Reggie Williams. Goes right at John Starks, and he's fouled.
Well, Mutombo continuing to bother Ewing shot attempts with his hand. Reggie Lewis pulling a John Starks of last night, going end to end. Reggie Williams, rather, with a terrific move, and what a sound game he's played.
20 points for Williams. And the Nuggets now lead 187. Starks for Anthony. 3-point attempt. Greg Anthony hitting a 3. Greg Anthony 0 for his last 13. Actually 14 if you can. And you have to include that desperation shot at the end of the third quarter that nearly went in. It will be Nick Ball as Denver turned it over on the inbound, stepping on the line. So the Knicks will take over, but first a timeout call.
Number 17 and 18, modest guy here. Lucky one, but a big game for you tonight.
Thank you very much.
And did you get the feeling how
a 14-game losing streak, most recently interrupted only by a win over Houston, but they've played hard throughout. And this team has never gotten down on themselves, and they've given the Knicks one battle tonight. They've withstood the best the Knicks have put up.
Well, the month of December not kind to the Denver Nuggets. 8 of the 14 games in December on the road. That's where they went on a 12-game losing streak during December, which was extended to 14, including 0-8 on the road during that period. Nick ball off the Denver turnover on the inbounds. Nuggets lead by 10. Nuggets trying to get a split of the season series. Starks for 3. Comes back to Starks again for 3. Oh, look out, Oakley in a collision with Ellis, and a loose ball foul call. It is called on Oakley. Minute 24 remaining in the fourth quarter. And it is Mark Macon going to the line.
Interesting play a moment ago. Ellis clobbered Oakley in that rebounding situation. A foul was called on Oakley. Ellis bounced up, no problem. Charles was slowly picking himself up, and Ellis looked over at the bench at Dan Issel, and Issel gave him the thumbs up. Look at that last play. The second shot by John going for the 3. Ellis clobbering Oakley, who went down hard. Ellis mighty proud of his ability to hang with Oakley and the Knicks. And don't forget, after the last meeting, the Nuggets came out of New York saying, hey, this is the dirtiest, roughest team we've ever seen. They have not been intimidated tonight.
This season, I saw you go back into your personal files and come up with the fact that the Knicks shot just under 32% against the Boston Celtics at Madison Square Garden in November.
Oddly enough, the Knicks won that game. The Celtics shot 41%, but the Knicks pulled it out.
The Knicks are down 102-90. Minute 20 remaining as Starks fires again from three-point range. Reggie Williams with the save. 2-on-1. Jackson. Here's Starks protecting the ball on the drive. The Nuggets now by 10. 1:05 remaining. Off the pressure, Williams inbounds to make it. Jackson is fouled by Oakley.
Well, Marv, I think as the Knicks review their effort tonight, the only thing that one can point to is the fact that they're in the mile-high city where the air is thinner. Maybe they were fatigued. I don't know if that will be allowed, however, by Pat Riley, as this Denver team had to fly to get back here from Portland last night.
No, I don't think that will be accepted. I know you were complaining in the first half, John, and speaking on behalf of the entire staff, that was not accepted. Chris Jackson has not had a good shooting ball game, but hit 2 important field goals down the stretch, one in which he got the friendly roll. Jackson way off in his shooting. Starks once again misfiring on a 3.
Knicks, I believe, will finish under 30% from the field.
So the foul called with the Nuggets up now by 12. Blackman is called for the foul. What is most extraordinary is the way the Knicks began each quarter tonight. 0 for 6 to start the game. 0 for their first 5 in the second quarter. 0 for the first 7 in the third. And how about 0 for 8 in the fourth to cap it off? Just a horrendous shooting night by the Knicks. Nuggets lead 106-92. 40 seconds remaining in the game. Blackman. And Mutombo collars the rebound.
Knicks have been on 92 on the scoreboard for a long time now.
Here's Jackson. 14 points for Jackson. 5 out of 18 from the field. Anthony for 3. We are now down to 10 seconds remaining. So the home crowd enjoying this one. The Denver Nuggets defeating the New York Knicks. Chris Jackson works the clock down. And that is it. Nuggets 108. The Knicks 92. Denver with his 9th win of the season. They are 9-23, while the Knicks dropped to 20-13. And with the Nets winning earlier this evening, the Knicks lead is now only a game and a half over the Nets, who are 19-15. We'll be back in a moment with the recap here on the MSG Network.
We drove an engine 200,000 grueling miles using Mobil 1. Then we ripped it apart. What did we find? Nothing. Nothing. Virtually no engine wear.
Back in Denver, the Nuggets defeat the Knicks 108-92. Many standouts for the Nuggets tonight. Reggie Williams had an excellent all-around game as Reggie Williams with a key bucket down the stretch. He was 9 of 17, 22 points, 9 rebounds. Reggie Williams coming off a strong game last night in a losing effort in Portland. And he is our NatWest player of the game, Reggie Williams, in his 5th NBA season out of Georgetown. A guy who has been around LA Clippers, Cleveland, San Antonio, Denver. This is 3rd year with the Nuggets. And he finally blossomed last season, having another good one this year. We'll be right back. Highlights tonight for Denver: 16 block shots. Mutombo had 6, 4-apiece for Ellis and Reggie Williams, 10 steals. And as we have been mentioning, it has been a terrific all-around game for the 5-year NBA veteran out of Georgetown, Reggie Williams. 22 points to lead the Nuggets. And Reggie, our player of the game, is alongside John.
Reggie, it's been 32 games for your team and only the 9th win tonight. Where do you rank this one in importance?
It's a big win. You know, the Knicks is a great team. You know, they leading their division, so it was a big win for us.
What did you feel you had to do tonight to beat the Knicks?
We had to rebound and play good defense, because last game we played, they out-rebounded us and, you know, outmanned us inside. We did a better job tonight.
The play of Patrick Ewing on his nemesis, Dikembe Mutombo, was very interesting. Were you proud of Dikembe's efforts?
Yeah, I was proud of Dikembe's efforts. Dikembe could be a great defensive player in this league if he challenged every shot, get every rebound, and make, you know, the centers work hard, and he did that tonight to Patrick.
He doesn't seem to be that much a part of your offense as he was last year, is he?
No, Westhead made sure every time he got the ball down, every time we came out of court, Dikembe had to touch the ball. This system is much different. Dikembe, you know, he's really not a post-up center. He get the, you know, the fast breaks and off of curls and things like that. So, you know, that's good for him.
Is it special beating Patrick Ewing and the Knicks?
Yeah, I can brag. We 1-1, so I can talk some trash this summer.
Okay, you got a lot to talk about, Reggie. And you and your teammates played an excellent game. Thanks for coming out and visiting with us.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Now let's get back to Marv Albert.
All right, John, Reggie Williams, 9 of 17 for his 22 points. And as we look at the leading scorers summary brought to you by your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealers, Williams, high man, Ellison Macon had 18, Mutombo with 16, 14 for Jackson, and Pack with 10, all in the first half. John Starks led the Knicks with 27, shot 11 for 21, came on after a slow start. Patrick Ewing only 9 for 28. He hit for 22 points along with 17 rebounds. And Rolando Blackman, 4 of 17 for his 15 points. Denver defeating the Knicks by the score of 108-92. We'll be right back.
Might be tough here tonight at Madison Square Garden, though.
And here at the Garden tonight, here. What's it like in the arena?
The luminaries are illuminating the Garden.
The Starks for 3.
I'm reading a stuff, and I'm thinking, you know, he's just jerking my chain. He's just saying.
That could lead to a mutiny if you do something like that.